Alright, today I want to share a story about nostalgia. Now, fun fact, on the previous season of Minerva, we built an Enderman farm with the exact same block aesthetic as this one, and I can truthfully tell you that I recorded this nostalgia video over that without even realizing it until the very end. But now I got the world right. So what I want to talk to you guys about is my nostalgia history with this Enderman farm. When I built this tunnel, I had immediately started, I think it was right at the beginning of building this tunnel, I had just started watching the X-Files. So placing these exact blocks are specifically linked to that very first episode, the very first case that they had. I'm sorry if you guys haven't seen the X-Files, you might not be able to relate to some of these. However, if you have a similar show or some other experience that you've had, then you might understand what I'm talking about. We used the normal ice because I think it was cheaper and because we could see through into the end. And one of the things that tipped me off was when I was finishing up that video, I noticed that these beacons were on top. And I'm like, wait, weren't they below? You can see on F3, there we go. We didn't focus too much about the height value on this one, and I still think it's plenty fast. I really don't know that it matters for Enderman farms. And what I was kind of trying to hide there is what you're seeing on the right, are the Enderman kills. 206,000. So you know that I spend hours here just watching episode after episode of the X-Files. If you do not waste food, the beacons will heal you. That is completely true, except that I'm not gonna bother. So let me just turn off this Enderman farm right here. Just let them build up. I just wanted to share this because, you know, you guys might have similar experiences. You might want to share in the comments because, like I said, I specifically remember building that tunnel, and if I come up here, I remember setting up these glass. I had to build up stone pillars, like exactly stone bricks pillars like that, because if you look up above, I built the entire thing out of stone bricks. When I was setting that up, I remember the episode where Mulder first saw that UFO in the sky. And I remember the glass when I was placing it was the first time I'd seen the episode where there was that, I don't know, cave lady who was trying to feed her children, were attacking and eating humans and stuff. And kind of gross if you haven't seen the show, but you know what I'm talking about if you have. There's just so much history with this farm. And like I said, I recorded this over the old Enderman farm. I'm going to link all the videos I talked about there because it does kind of relate, because I do remember watching this show and stuff when I set up those fishing rods, and of course the actual history of building that farm. I don't think I ever mentioned it, and that's because I was kind of trying to hold off until now. How this is the world. So right now we're on, like, as of recording this around May 2017, we're on Minerva Season 2. Last world where I recorded the other Enderman farm, where those videos are linked, was Minerva Season 1. We're going way back. This is probably 2 years ago I built this farm, and this was long before YouTube. I didn't record any videos on it, but I would just spend hours and hours hitting back and forth. In fact, I had a macro, but it's much noisier now because they changed things since 1.8. And oh, no, I broke it. So there's really not too much to share. I mean, the technical proficiencies of this farm are nothing unique. I mean, it's just a basic Endermite based farm. In fact, there is just one last thing I want to show. If I venture up to the top, and this was another thing that tipped me off about the last world that has some inconsistencies. If I go up to the Endermite, break the minecart, Professor X V2, yeah. So this is a backup, don't worry, I have copies of this world. I named the first one Professor X for Professor X Files because this Enderman farm is so heavily linked with the X Files. And yeah. Any logic on the circuits or whatever, I'm not going to worry about that in this video. You guys can ask in the comments, and I'll probably respond with the link to the other video because I'm very confident that I covered it in there fairly well. In fact, watching that video now, if you haven't seen it, would actually be really, really highly recommended because a lot of people, when they saw that, were unaware that I based most everything around it on the design of this first one. And I think we did it better the second time around. So, yeah. Hope you guys can relate to my nostalgia story. I just wanted to get this out there because this is the kind of story that I would tell if ever I showed anyone this Enderman farm, because if ever I go here for any reason, I mean, I'm thinking about it. Like, I cannot not hear Mulder and Scully's voice when I'm watching, or when I'm in this area. In fact, the reason I recorded this video is because summertime, it's around the same time that I built this last time, and, you know, the feels are hitting, so... thank you guys for listening to me speak, and hope you can relate, and thanks for watching.